What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. So, today's video, it's actually in response to a comment that was left on yesterday's video. So, yesterday's video, the comment basically was this. The guy said something along the lines of, cut it out. Now you're in these new videos, you are acting like you were a legend and this and that, right? And I immediately responded, said I never was, right? And then somebody else said, all right, he's a legend in his own big head. So I decided to respond because I feel like those that know what the CDC was for over 30 years. But then you have jackass comments like that where obviously they don't know what time it was. So I'm going to clarify. For over 30 years, the legends of every faction were slammed down. Okay. They were all in the shoe. There wasn't the Bay until '89 when they opened that. Then they sent them all there. But they were in different shoes prior to Pelican Bay. Corcoran prior to Pelican Bay, and then San Quentin, Folsom, wherever they were housed. Tehachapi, wherever. And during those years, they would handpick. Later it changed, right? But they would handpick individuals to be their eyes, to be their ears, their mouthpiece, their hands, their feet, to conduct business on their behalf and their organization's behalf. So to say that, during that era, that extremely long era, that people were acting as if they were legends, they never were. But there were some who got it mixed up. See, I've said it a bunch of times. I was in leadership positions in several places. Okay. First time being, I was 21 years old. I was in AdSeg in New Folsom. It was myself, my cellie, an individual who right now currently is a legend, and his cellie. And we were tapped to maintain the program there. Right. So that was my first experience in that. And what is something that I always try to clarify and make sure that people understand. When you are given authority, you're just given a headache at the end of the day. When you understand that you are just basically a channel for someone who really is somebody, then you're able to do your job and be respected while doing it. During that era, you would have people who would get the game all mixed up. They would be given the responsibility of something and immediately switch up into believing they were a whole lot more than what they were. Motherfucker, who you were yesterday is who you are today. You just got a whole lot more headaches on your hands now. The term shot caller is thrown around a lot. The legends are the shot callers. When they had their representatives and they gave those representatives authority. Now, don't get me wrong. Depending on who you worked for, some gave out way more authority than others. But it was based upon the level of your education, the understanding, your personal understanding of the goals, and your ability to execute the plan, to plant the seeds. Because remember, anybody who was in that arena, would take on that type of responsibility, you knew that just like the legends, you were going to wind up slam down, wind up in Pelican Bay right next to them. So your job was to plant seeds, but to understand which minds were fertile enough. I've said it before, you can never plant a seed in stone. You had to understand who was capable of what. I used to tell people in there, there's no dead weight. And we understood that. But I also understood not everybody was a killer. Not everybody could pick up a knife. That guy that can't pick up a knife can hold a knife, though. Or he can make a knife. Or he can bring in drugs, or he has connections. That's the fucked up thing about prison. You're constantly trying to figure out, how do I generate income? So when people are saying, well, Dubs was hypocritical because he didn't like the raza using drugs, but yet sold to him. That's the reality of prison. Individuals mean nothing in prison, no matter who you are. You as an individual are just a small part of something greater than you. You're going to sacrifice every fucking day. That prison thing is not easy, man. And the more responsibility you take on, the harder it is. But you have a choice, right? Unless you stick your nose where it don't belong, you have a choice in what you're going to get into. I don't know how things are now. I hear things and I choose to just disregard it because it's not my world. I understand how hard it is to do the things that those men are doing. I understand the sacrifices that it takes. That's a big reason why I always show the respect that I show. When people, certain people have been upset. Well, why you call them legends? You're manipulating the minds of the young. No, I'm not. I'm always respectful in what I talk about and who I talk about. But anyways, that's my little video for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Once again, check your notifications. Make sure that your notifications are on all, because YouTube every now and then switches it to personalized. Personalized means you ain't gonna get a notification. But again, hopefully you enjoyed this video. This one I didn't even have it planned. I was working out right now. I said, you know what? I'm gonna respond to that comment I saw yesterday, just to clarify, man. Regardless of where I had authority, how many places I had authority, I was a nobody, and I understood that. But anyways, be a nobody on the streets. It's more fun. All right, man. You guys stay safe, stay smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them. I'm out.